are again with another episode of the mowers that I purchased since I started my business back in 2013. Hello, my name is Bill, aka Billy Goat, and this is the 6th mower that I purchased for the business back in 2016. Based on the serial number, I believe this is a 1999 DR all-terrain field and brush mower. The reason I bought this mower was, typically when you get into late spring, early summer, you'll get these calls from people who need their grass cut. And when you show up, for the estimate, typically the front yard's not too bad. But when you get into these backyards, they're just severely overgrown. They're yards that haven't been, mowed for, all season long. Some of them are new homeowners. They just recently bought the home. It was a foreclosure, house, and whoever owned it before, or, whoever was, responsible for it, didn't maintain the, the backyards. So, you come in and they're, they're like jungles. Some are, the county is giving them a violation, of high grass, and with those type of violations, you get 7 days to cut your grass. If you don't cut it, you could get a possible $500 fine plus the price of what the contractor would charge you, to knock it down. So they get a little desperate, and they call people like me and say, hey, I just need you to knock it down. I need to get it done as cheap as I can. And you go in with a residential mower, and I've done a couple, and you're just destroying your mower. You're not making a lot, on these yards. There's times where I've damaged, my mowers, hit things in the yard, because you can't see them, until it's too late, so I definitely needed a compact mower, that I could get in, in small gates and those kind of things, and get into these backyards and mow and knock down, overgrowth, easily and quickly. I found this mower on a Craigslist ad. The person that was selling it, I'm not sure what the asking price was, but I offered them $1,000 for this mower, which they accepted. This particular model here is what they call an AT1. It can accept two attachments, which I have both. This attachment on here is the rough cut attachment, which is the 26-inch field and brush cutter attachment, and also have the 46-inch finish mower attachment. Switching between attachments isn't all that difficult, but it is a little bit more time consuming compared to the next generation of this mower. DR came out with the AT2 version, and that particular model, they redesigned the power head and the attachment so you could switch between attachments a lot more quickly versus the AT1. Okay, let's get into the features of this mower. It's equipped with a 12.5 horsepower engine, which for me it's been fine. Never had an issue, as far as lack of power. Has a what looks like a 1 gallon fuel tank on there as well. Having a battery, this mower is electric start, so you just put it in neutral, and choke it, and typically it'll start right up. Once it's warm, you need to restart. You don't usually need the choke. As far as the operator controls, on the left hand side here you have a operator present lever, and what that is when you engage your cutting blade with this lever here, that will engage your blades, or your blade, and as long as you have your hand on this lever, for any reason, safety wise, something happens, if you release that while the blades are engaged, it will I believe it'll shut the engine off. So as far as the transmission, it's got 4 forward speeds, 1 being the slowest and 4 being the fastest. Also has reverse on there as well. I usually typically keep it on 3. 3 seems like a pretty comfortable pace, while mowing on flat terrain. As far as the transmission, these transmissions are heavy duty. They're nice. Never had an issue either. With this particular model, has a differential switch, and you can switch from 2-wheel traction or a 1-wheel traction. What the difference is when it's in the 1-wheel, you can turn a whole lot easier, versus when it's in the 2-wheel position. It does make it difficult to more difficult to turn. I mean, you can do it, but depending on your situation, if you're on a steep hill, or in an area where you need more traction, you can put it in a 2-wheel, but otherwise it works fine in the 1-wheel. So the only thing I don't compared, which I don't like, but when they came out with the AT2s versions, they added a lever on the right hand, which is a brake. So that's one thing you have to get used to on this mower, is that when you try to go up hills versus trying to go down, because really there is no brake on this mower. So that's one thing to consider if you're looking for one of these used on Craigslist, that if you do have steep hills and those kind of things, that you want to at least get an AT2 or higher model. Here's the rough cut mowing deck. If you notice, it does pivot side to side, which is nice for preventing it from scalping when you're in uneven terrain. Like I mentioned before, this is a 26-inch blade on here, heavy duty blade. This particular one has a slight lift on it because it has a discharge off to the side there. Being heavy duty, these blades do take an abuse, especially when you're in really thick vegetation. You can also, when you're in unfamiliar properties, you always come across things that you can't see. You'll hit rocks, cinder blocks, bricks, pipes. I've hit car parts, and I mean all sorts of things, and it will chip or ding up your blade. But they recommend on brush mowers, brush hogs, You know, you want your blade not to be, you know, slightly dull. You do want, you know, an edge, but not sharp. You know, because if you sharpen it too much, you're just gonna you know, chip it, and you know, you're gonna wear down. You know, you're gonna be grinding down the blade so much that you'd have to replace it more often. So just get used to not you know, sharpening it as much as you would like on a you know, compared to a finish mower blade. All right, let me do a full walk around so you can see the mower from all angles here. As you can see, the mower is in still great condition, being a 1999 mower. That puts it at what, 22 years old? Wow. It doesn't have an hour meter, so I have no idea how many hours was put on this mower. There was a last year around this time, I thought the engine blew up. I was on a job with Randy, a buddy of mine, Randy of Dual and Cut and Trim. He has a channel also, if you don't already know about it. If you've been watching him for a while, you'll see me on there from time to time. But we were doing a job, a 6-acre, you know, brush mow a 6-acre property. It was actually a farm, and it was a 2-day event. And the first day that we showed up there, I was having problems with this mower. I was having a hard time getting it started. I also have the AT2 version of this mower, which Randy used, and he went ahead and got started. And you know, I was working on this in the beginning, and finally got it started, and started mowing with it. And I wasn't long after, we were also taping the event also, so we got, you know, on tape here that I was coming across the field, and a big pile of smoke just starts pouring out of the engine, and I thought it was a goner, but I just kept going. It was still running, and I don't know why it did it. I'm not sure why, but it just kept on going. It was kind of funny because you know, a little later on, I asked Randy, did you see all that smoke? And he said, oh no, I didn't see a thing. You know, working with Randy, he's fun to work with, because he puts his headphones on, and you know, he's just in his own zone. So, you know, it's you know, there's times where, like you say, we're working together, and you know, he's doing his thing. You know, we work really well together. You know, we get the game plan of what we want to do, and you know, we just get the job done. We work very efficient together, and you know, especially when it comes to leaf removal. If you watch his, if you've been watching Randy for a while, you'll see his, you know, videos, and there's times where you'll see me in the video as well. So, but other than that, that's it with this mower. My next video is the next mower that I purchased, which is the AT2 version of this. So I'm looking forward to showing you that mower, and that one has a lot more attachments, so you know, I'll talk about the attachments as well. So alrighty, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.